George Clooney is one of Hollywood's most talked about eligible bachelors, but the actor's sexuality has been a hot topic for tabloids over the years, yet he has never denied or confirmed rumors that he is gay. George Clooney is gay, and I said, I'm gay.
Welcome back to the Stars Rewind. George Clooney, a symbol of charm, sophistication, and for years, one of Hollywood's most eligible bachelors. But is there more behind the glitz and glamour? For years, Clooney has been the subject of endless rumors, from questions about his relationships to speculation about his personal life, with mysteries that have never been fully unraveled. People have always been curious. What really happens in the life of a man who, for most of his years, chose to live alone, defying expectations and public scrutiny? Beneath that dazzling exterior, who is the real George Clooney? Even when Clooney finally settled down, becoming a devoted husband and loving father, the public's fascination with him didn't fade. Then, his sister Adelia, who has witnessed every step of his journey since childhood, unexpectedly broke her silence. Could this be the moment the world finally uncovers the truth behind the polished image? The truth that George Clooney has kept hidden for decades? Subscribe now and join us as we delve into the untold story behind the fame of a man who has kept the world guessing. The rumors surrounding him. For decades, George Clooney has been more than just a shining Hollywood star. He has been a figure that both the public and media can't seem to stop talking about. Behind the charm and sophistication of this legendary actor, Clooney has been surrounded by endless speculations about his personal life. From fleeting romances to questions about his true sexuality, everyone seems eager to know the secrets of this enigmatic man's life. One of the most persistent rumors began after Clooney's divorce from actress Talia Balsam in 1993. Their brief marriage, which lasted less than 2 years, left many questioning whether Clooney was ever truly meant for married life. He openly took responsibility for the split, admitting he wasn't ready for commitment at the time. But as this attractive, successful man chose to remain single for years afterward, speculation only grew. Tabloids and television shows floated theories about his sexuality, even though Clooney never addressed the issue publicly. Clooney's highly publicized relationships with beautiful and accomplished women like Lisa Snowden, Sarah Larson, Elisabetta Canales, and later Stacy Keibler didn't seem to quell the rumors about his personal life. On the contrary, some believed these relationships were merely a way to divert public attention. Given his illustrious career, the fact that Clooney showed no inclination to remarry only fueled more theories. The media latched onto the question of why this Hollywood heartthrob avoided long-term commitment, turning it into a perpetual topic of interest. Clooney's silence only made people more curious. He never directly refuted the gossip, choosing instead to let the speculation linger. Whispered rumors, gossip columns, and probing questions became an inextricable part of the George Clooney persona. A mysterious man who wouldn't let anyone see too far beneath the surface. Yet what stunned both fans and the press was Clooney's decision not only to ignore the rumors, but to actively support the LGBTQ+ community. He publicly advocated for marriage equality and even performed in the play 8, which dramatized the legal battle over California's Proposition 8, a ban on same-sex marriage. In a 2012 interview with The Advocate, Clooney stated he would never deny the rumors because doing so would be disrespectful to his gay friends. Instead, he allowed the rumors to exist, seeing no need to justify himself, an unusual stance in a Hollywood culture that often demands transparency. Amidst the public's continued confusion about who Clooney truly is, his sister Adelia stepped forward to shed some light. In an interview with the New York Daily News from her home in Augusta, Kentucky, where the Clooney siblings grew up, Adelia chuckled at the swirling rumors about her brother. She found them pretty funny, explaining that she knows George better than anyone. To her, he was simply someone so deeply invested in his career that there wasn't much room for traditional marriage and family life. Adelia's words made it clear that these speculations were baseless. But Adelia's story wasn't just about debunking rumors. Her perspective offered fans a glimpse of the real George Clooney for the first time. She described him as someone who never felt the need to prove himself to anyone. His silence was not a way to hide something, but rather a means of protecting his privacy. He chose to focus on his work and live life on his own terms, regardless of judgment from the outside world. To Adelia, Clooney is a devoted brother and a man who lives true to his values, something not many have the courage to do. Adelia's words not only dispelled doubts about Clooney's sexuality, but also painted a picture of a man who chooses to live life his way, indifferent to the public's scrutiny. George Clooney's career journey. Not everyone knows that before becoming a globally renowned star, George Clooney had to endure a long and difficult struggle, even facing times of great hardship and scarcity. Born in Lexington, Kentucky, Clooney didn't grow up in a world of wealth or luxury. Although his father, Nick Clooney, was a well-known television host and journalist, his father's fame only gave George an up-close view of the pressure and demands that come with being in the public eye. From a young age, Clooney saw both the glamour and the darker side of fame. Yet acting wasn't Clooney's first dream. He once aspired to become a professional baseball player and even had a chance to try out for the Cincinnati Reds during his teenage years. But when his sports dreams didn't pan out, he had to face a harsh reality, giving up and turning to ordinary jobs to make a living. Clooney took on various labor-intensive roles, from selling women's shoes to working on a tobacco farm, a job he often recalls as the hardest and most exhausting he's ever had. These experiences gave him a practical perspective on life and built the resilience that would serve him well in his later career. In 1982, at the age of 20, Clooney made the decision to move to Los Angeles to pursue acting. However, Hollywood didn't immediately welcome him with open arms. At first, he lived in a cramped apartment with a friend and even slept in a closet to save on rent. Without his own transportation, Clooney rode his bicycle to auditions, taking any small roles he could to stay afloat and keep his dream alive. He landed minor parts in TV shows like The Facts of Life and Roseanne, but these opportunities were fleeting and never enough to make him truly stand out. Clooney eventually signed with Warner Bros., where he was given roles in numerous pilot projects. Unfortunately, he faced a series of setbacks. 13 pilot projects and 7 TV shows failed to take off. These disappointments not only tested his resolve, but also taught him valuable lessons in patience and perseverance. He understood that Hollywood was unforgiving, and any moment of weakness could mean being pushed out of the industry. These failures made Clooney stronger, teaching him to cherish every opportunity and never consider giving up. A major turning point in Clooney's career came in 1994 when he was cast as Dr. Doug Ross on the TV series ER. His portrayal of the handsome, talented, yet emotionally conflicted doctor captivated audiences, and ER became one of the most watched shows of its time, drawing tens of millions of viewers weekly. George Clooney's image, with his thick hair, charming eyes, and captivating smile, became iconic, catapulting him from an unknown actor to one of the most sought-after stars. Despite the success of ER, Clooney wasn't content to remain solely a television actor. He knew that in order to grow further, he needed to make a transition to film. While still filming ER, Clooney began seeking diverse and daring roles in cinema. In 1996, he appeared in From Dusk Till Dawn, an action horror film where he played a ruthless bank robber, a stark contrast to his compassionate doctor character on ER. Although the film wasn't a massive box office hit, it proved Clooney's versatility on screen. Of course, not all of Clooney's film projects were successful. His portrayal of Batman in Batman and Robin, 1997, received harsh criticism, and the film is often considered one of the weakest entries in the Batman franchise. However, Clooney didn't let this setback hold him back. He viewed every failure as a lesson to grow and improve. After the debacle of Batman and Robin, Clooney made a strong comeback with Out of Sight, 1998, and Three Kings, 1999, films that were both commercially successful and critically acclaimed. Clooney didn't just stop at acting, he also made a name for himself as a director and producer. Always eager to learn, he absorbed knowledge from top directors like Steven Soderbergh and the Coen brothers, developing his own directing style. His first major success as a producer and director came with Syriana, 2005, which earned him his first Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. In 2012, he continued his winning streak as a producer with Argo, which won the Oscar for Best Picture. From a young man with a Hollywood dream to an accomplished actor, producer, and director, George Clooney's journey is one of perseverance and triumph. His story of overcoming failures and finding success is a testament to resilience and unwavering determination. Clooney conquered Hollywood not just with his talent, but also with his relentless drive, endurance, and never-give-up attitude. Social and humanitarian work. Beyond the glitz of a movie star, George Clooney is a man deeply committed to causes far greater than himself. Clooney once shared that at a certain point in his life, when he had amassed enough wealth and fame, he realized he wanted to use his celebrity status to bring positive change to those less fortunate. That realization led him to dedicate his time and energy to humanitarian work, a path he has followed despite the challenges and dangers involved. Clooney's first trip to Sudan in 2006 with his father, Nick Clooney, marked a major turning point in his life. Witnessing firsthand the suffering of people in Darfur, who were caught in the grip of war and hunger, made it impossible for him to turn a blind eye. Unlike many celebrities who limit themselves to making donations or lending their names to charitable campaigns, Clooney truly immersed himself in understanding the conflict. He met victims, listened to their heartbreaking stories, and committed to doing everything he could to help. Clooney used not only his fame to draw media attention, but also his political influence to push for intervention by governments and international organizations. He addressed the U.S. Congress, urging lawmakers to bring the Darfur crisis to the forefront and take action. He didn't shy away from confronting world leaders, utilizing every resource available to highlight the dire conditions in Sudan, where many were living in extreme desperation. Clooney has often said that one of his biggest motivators is the belief that his fame can make people care about crises they might otherwise ignore. His commitment went further in 2010 when he co-founded Not On Our Watch with fellow actors Don Cheadle, Matt Damon, and Brad Pitt. This organization focuses on preventing genocide and protecting human rights in crisis areas like Sudan, Zimbabwe, and Myanmar. Not On Our Watch not only raises funds for relief efforts, but also employs technology to monitor human rights abuses. One notable initiative was funding a satellite system to monitor the Sudanese border, gathering aerial evidence of attacks and abuses to protect civilians and provide a clear view of atrocities to the international community. In 2012, Clooney's dedication reached new heights when he was arrested during a protest outside the Sudanese embassy in Washington, D.C. Alongside his father and a group of activists, he demonstrated against the Sudanese government's blockade of humanitarian aid. Even knowing that his actions would lead to his arrest, Clooney pressed on to send a powerful message. Silence in the face of atrocities is unacceptable. The image of a Hollywood star being handcuffed in the streets of America's capital made headlines worldwide, drawing significant public attention to the humanitarian crisis. Clooney's efforts weren't limited to Sudan. After the devastating earthquake in Haiti in 2010, he organized the Hope for Haiti Now telethon, which brought together countless celebrities to raise over $58 million for relief efforts. It was a rare instance of Hollywood uniting for a single cause, and Clooney proved himself to be a driving force capable of mobilizing and inspiring others. In 2016, alongside his wife, renowned human rights lawyer Amal Clooney, he founded the Clooney Foundation for Justice. Their mission is to protect human rights, reform the justice system, and support global education initiatives. Together, they have backed projects ranging from combating violence in refugee camps to funding education for displaced Syrian children. The couple continues to champion humanitarian and charitable causes worldwide, making their names synonymous with meaningful activism. Yet Clooney's dedication has come with its own set of challenges. After publicly denouncing corruption and crimes in Sudan, he received death threats and had to heighten his personal security. Despite this, Clooney has remained undeterred. To him, the fight for justice and human rights is far more important than fear. He once remarked, "Fame is the best tool I have to draw attention to important issues. If I can help one person because they recognize my name, then it's worth it." George Clooney, a man with a heart devoted to great causes, has transformed his influence into a powerful weapon for advocating on behalf of the underprivileged. For Clooney, acting may have brought him fame, but his humanitarian work is the legacy he truly wants to leave behind. Personal life. Before George Clooney became Hollywood's most famous bachelor, he was once married to actress Talia Balsam. Their love story began in 1984 when both were aspiring young actors, just starting to navigate the tough world of show business. Clooney and Balsam met during a local theater production and quickly developed a romantic relationship. Their bond was filled with the passion and challenges of two young individuals striving to make a name for themselves in a cutthroat industry. After a series of breakups and reconciliations, Clooney eventually proposed to Balsam in 1989. They decided to have a simple yet emotional wedding in Las Vegas. However, married life did not unfold as either had hoped. At that time, Clooney was just beginning to build his acting career, which required constant travel, while Balsam was also focused on her own professional path. Their ambitions and careers gradually created an insurmountable distance between them. After just 20 short months, they divorced in 1993, a split that left a lasting impact on Clooney. Reflecting on his failed marriage, Clooney later admitted that he was solely responsible for its breakdown. In an interview with Vanity Fair, he confessed, "I wasn't someone who should have been married at that point." The pressures of work and the demands of fame took a toll on his health, causing stress-related stomach ulcers. After the divorce, Clooney made a vow never to marry again, declaring that he couldn't balance both career and family life, a promise he kept for over 2 decades, despite being surrounded by beautiful and high-profile women. It seemed Clooney would always stick to his bachelor lifestyle. But everything changed when he met Amal Clooney. In 2013, Clooney, then one of Hollywood's biggest stars, never imagined that a dinner at his villa on Lake Como, Italy, would forever change his life. Amal, a brilliant and renowned human rights lawyer, was known for her serious, independent approach to her work and her indifference to Hollywood's allure. She was drawn to Clooney not for his fame, but for their shared values and humanitarian ideals. From the moment they met, Clooney was captivated by Amal's intelligence, talent, and strong character. To him, this wasn't just another romance. It was a relationship founded on mutual respect, understanding, and shared causes. Amal was unlike any woman Clooney had dated before. He recalled that during their early conversations, they discussed human rights issues, international justice, and global conflicts. Clooney had never encountered someone brave enough to challenge his views, but Amal made him rethink many things. Their relationship began with thoughtful letters and philosophical emails, rather than glamorous Hollywood dates, a rare occurrence in Tinseltown. Within just 6 months, Clooney knew that Amal was the one he wanted to spend his life with. He meticulously planned a surprise proposal at his Los Angeles home in April 2014, with romantic candlelight and the soulful voice of his late aunt Rosemary Clooney playing in the background. When he got down on one knee to propose, Amal was so stunned that she was speechless, leaving Clooney nervously waiting. After a long, tense pause, she finally said yes, a moment Clooney will never forget, even though he had to stay on his knee for nearly 20 minutes. On September 27, 2014, Clooney and Amal were married in a lavish ceremony in Venice, Italy, where they had shared their first holiday together. The wedding drew worldwide media attention, not only because of Clooney's fame, but also because of Amal's remarkable blend of beauty, intellect, and strength. The celebration took place at the Aman Canal Grand Hotel, attended by close friends, including Matt Damon, Bill Murray, and Anna Wintour. Amal wore a stunning wedding dress by designer Oscar de la Renta, a hand-embroidered masterpiece adorned with pearls and intricate beading, exuding both traditional elegance and modern sophistication. After the wedding, Clooney shared that his marriage to Amal completely transformed his life. Despite once declaring he would never have children, Clooney changed his stance entirely when he and Amal welcomed their twins, Ella and Alexander, in June 2017. At 56, Clooney embraced fatherhood with the same determination and enthusiasm he devoted to preparing for major roles in his career. To him, becoming a father was not just a new responsibility, but a source of inspiration to live more meaningfully every day. Clooney recounted that when he first learned he was going to be a father, he was both astonished and a bit anxious. "I had gotten used to my life of freedom and no obligations, but this time, everything changed," he revealed. "For the first time in my life, I had to think about what legacy I would leave for my children." Ella and Alexander changed Clooney's world, making him realize the significance of family and the responsibility he had toward future generations. Once a star who lived only for himself, Clooney began to think about how he could contribute to a better world for his children. The Clooney family chose to raise their children away from the public eye. The famous couple decided to keep their family life private, spending most of their time raising the twins in the tranquility of their home in Berkshire, England, and at their villa on Lake Como, Italy. To ensure their family's safety, they invested in high-tech security systems and even built a secure panic room in their home. Despite being one of Hollywood's most influential couples, Clooney and Amal prioritized a simple family life, especially during the twins' early years. Clooney doesn't hesitate to admit that being a father is the most challenging yet most rewarding role he has ever taken on. From changing diapers and making bottles to soothing his children to sleep, he is as involved as possible, becoming a hands-on and devoted dad. He even discovered that his humor and playful antics are his secret weapons to keep the kids entertained. He often spends time playing with Ella and Alexander, telling them stories, or simply enjoying peaceful moments together by Lake Como. Interestingly, the twins learned to speak Italian before English, thanks to the family's frequent summer vacations in Italy. Clooney shared that he and Amal have established a few key rules in raising their children, including limiting screen time and encouraging a love of reading from a young age. For Clooney, parenting isn't just about providing a life of luxury. It's about raising them in a nurturing environment where values and compassion are held in high regard. Fatherhood not only changed Clooney, but also deepened his bond with Amal. Despite their busy careers, the couple makes a concerted effort to schedule their time so that at least one of them is always present to care for the twins when the other is away. Clooney and Amal often share that parenting has helped them understand the true value of family and togetherness. The quiet evenings spent together and the simple moments with their children have become the most cherished part of their lives, a calm serenity that stands in stark contrast to the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Challenges in marriage and work. Though George Clooney and Amal Clooney are admired as a power couple, the truth is they have faced their share of profound challenges in their marriage. Clooney's fame and Amal's serious work, which often pits her against powerful forces, have added tension and required significant sacrifices in their relationship. One of the biggest challenges they've faced is the difference in their responsibilities and the intense pressures of their professions. Amal frequently handles high-stakes cases involving complex political issues, often standing against governments and influential groups determined to hide the truth. For Clooney, supporting his wife has meant more than emotional encouragement. He's had to confront real security threats to their family. There were times when Amal's investigations into corruption and human rights abuses led Clooney to increase security at their home and hire bodyguards to protect their children. A stressful reality that heightened his responsibilities as a father and husband. Additionally, both Clooney and Amal have had to endure immense pressure from the public and the media. As a Hollywood star, Clooney is accustomed to being under constant scrutiny, but for Amal, a private and reserved lawyer, becoming a target of tabloid attention has been difficult. The media has often sensationalized and twisted information about their personal lives, causing Amal to feel uncomfortable and deprived of privacy, even while working or relaxing at home. These invasive reports have created an invisible burden for the couple, and Clooney has had to speak out on several occasions to defend his wife's right to privacy, ensuring that his fame does not negatively impact their family life. The stress doesn't stop with the media. Their demanding work schedules and long periods of separation have also strained their relationship. As someone who once vowed never to let marriage and family interfere with his career, Clooney sometimes struggles with balancing his passion for film and his duties as a father. Meanwhile, Amal also faces her own conflicts, wanting to dedicate more time to her family, but unable to abandon her mission to fight for human rights. There have been moments when both felt it was nearly impossible to strike a balance between personal ambitions and family responsibilities, leading to tensions that seemed insurmountable at times. Yet, in their most difficult moments, Clooney and Amal have drawn strength from their love and commitment to each other. Rather than letting challenges damage their relationship, they have made conscious efforts to nurture their bond, even in the face of distance and pressure. Simple romantic dinners, heartfelt letters, or thoughtful surprises have helped them overcome obstacles, keeping their love strong and their trust unwavering. Clooney and Amal have shown that a lasting marriage doesn't come from perfection, but from facing and overcoming hardships together. The trials they've encountered have only made them stronger and more understanding, building a family grounded in love, resilience, and deep mutual respect. From Hollywood's most famous bachelor to a devoted husband, father, and human rights advocate, George Clooney's journey exemplifies steadfastness and a desire to make a difference. Despite rumors and challenges, Clooney has continuously committed to both his career and his family, using his influence to fight for justice. His life story transcends Hollywood, inspiring anyone who aspires to live fully and contribute meaningfully to society. George Clooney's journey serves as a powerful motivator for those who dare to chase their dreams and confront challenges to create a better world. What do you think about George Clooney's story? Share your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss more inspiring stories. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Goodbye.